seafood restaurant is trying to get back on its feet after a fire last month and a low score on their recent health inspection. The manager told me this week they've made some big improvements behind their kitchen door. A grease fire nearly destroyed the J. Anthony Seafood Cafe in the 7200 block of Northwest Loop 410 last month. The kitchen area is sustaining significant damage, forcing them to shut down for repairs. The fire happened just weeks after the business earned a 76 on their May health inspection. They were cited for not following proper cooling procedures, including food in a walk-in cooler that was 170 degrees. Raw fish and octopus were also above the recommended 41 degrees, which was a repeat violation. There was mold-like buildup on the soda fountain ice dispenser and nozzles. No one washed their hands. One worker did change gloves, but without washing. I stopped by this week to see how they're doing after the fire and the corrections they've made. Manager Johnny Cruz pointed out several improvements.
We already put all the new ceiling tiles, the new lighting, just basic cleaning like up there.
He's hoping to do better on their next inspection, which he looks forward to.
It's a good thing, yes, because it keeps us on our toes.
Taco Nando, located in the 2800 block of Nogalitos, got a 72 on their May inspection. The business cited for leaving chorizo sitting at room temperature for too long. Pork chops were stored in a cooler that was too warm. Food containers, racks, and shelves all needed to be thoroughly cleaned to remove grease buildup. A worker dropped gloves, picked them up, then handled cooked tortillas with bare hands. There was a small roach in a sink, and several areas needed to be cleaned. A re-inspection was ordered. This week, the owner said he's made the corrections. Damasi Mediterranean Buffet in the 100 block of Southwest Loop 410 comes in with a 78. The buffet cold hold was too warm. The buffet for the pizza wasn't hot enough. There was black mold-like buildup in the soda machine ice dispenser and soda fountain. Several sinks were not able to produce hot water. The kitchen area was in need of a thorough cleaning. They were re-inspected. Eva's Cafe Food Service in the 200 block of West Mitchell got an 80. A bag of vegetables had to be thrown out because of mold. Buckets of diced potatoes were sitting on the floor. The inside of the ice machine had rust-like residue, and an employee was seen making tacos with their bare hands. A re-inspection was ordered. For Behind the Kitchen Door, Tim Gerber, KSAT 12 News.
The deadline to reach a new contract between UPS and its workers is days away, and a potential strike feels closer than ever. Nearly 350,000 workers are demanding safety improvements and better pay, particularly for part-time workers. The union and UPS says they will resume contract talks next week, but if an agreement is not met before July 31st, the unionized workers will go on strike.
We do not get a deal. UPS has chose to strike themselves, and we will withhold our labor July 31st at 12:01 a.m. But if we get a tentative agreement subject to ratification and we're going to recommend it, then we will not withhold our labor.
The last UPS strike crippled a much different delivery landscape back in 1997 when 185,000 workers walked off the job.
Special counsel Jack Smith's team has made contact with Georgia's governor as part of the investigation of former President Donald Trump's attempts to overturn the 2020 election. President Trump had pressured, and then failed to get Brian Kemp to reverse Georgia's election results after he had lost to President Biden. Trump then backed Kemp's Republican challenger in last year's gubernatorial primary. The former president announced earlier this week that Jack Smith told him he is the target of the criminal probe.
A one-stop shop for postpartum mothers with high-risk babies. That is the goal of University Health's brand new Women's and Children's Hospital. And KSAT got the first look. The doors won't open for patients until late August, but Courtney Friedman got to see how many services will be available in one place.
Feeding NICU babies and high-risk infants awaiting surgery is a complicated task.
We provide nutrition assessments to the babies at bedside.
Rachel Jacob is one of 4 University Hospital dietitians that will work here at a center called A Mother's Place at the brand new Women's and Children's Hospital opening next month.
We're going to be a centralized milk storage and prep space, along with being able to connect those moms with the services for them to be successful.
Moms can pump here or just drop off milk at the window, which will then be delivered to their babies with an inventory system allowing rare transparency.
Moms know how much they're dropping off, how much is being utilized in the hospital, and then how much is going to be coming home with them.
And for the babies with special dietary needs, their milk heads here, a milk lab where measured amounts of formula are added to the breast milk.
The moms originally come to these consultation rooms to talk about lactation, breast milk, and pumping, but because this is a one-stop shop, they also get to have conversations about diet and even mental health.
We all hear about postpartum depression and the anxiety that might present itself after delivery, especially for our NICU moms.
Music to Lisa Brunsvold's ears. She's the interim CEO of the San Antonio Area Foundation, which donated $1 million for A Mother's Place.
University Health serves as the center of healthcare for all of our community, but also for those that can't afford private healthcare or specialists.
She says one-of-a-kind care like this should be available to everyone.
Just expanding that access to those individuals that come from zip codes that are in the most need.
Ensuring success for all these little fighters and their families. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
Still to come on the Night Beat, it seems like disruptions are the norm at airports everywhere this summer. Why an international agency is calling those delays unacceptable. Next. The International Air Transport Association says despite a 2-decade high in commercial airline employment in the U.S., passengers are still facing unacceptable air travel disruption and delays. The IATA cites the shortage of air traffic controllers and puts the blame on the Federal Aviation Administration and the Canadian Air Navigation Service. The IATA called on the U.S. and Canadian governments to take ownership of the issues and asked the FAA to implement a permanent administrator.
And of course, across some portions of the lower 48, the weather has also added a few more delays, but of course not here in San Antonio. We have just been dealing with the heat and minus a few showers and storms tomorrow afternoon. That heat is not going anywhere as we get ready to wrap up the weekend and head into next week as well. Now, speaking of which, earlier this afternoon, we had a high temperature of 104 degrees here in town. That actually was 8 degrees above the average of 96. And today also makes for the 15th consecutive triple-digit day that we have seen here in San Antonio, which now ties 2013 for the second longest streak of consecutive triple-digit days on record. Those records go back to the 1880s. Now, we will likely tack on to that streak tomorrow and next week as well. So we'll get you a full look at all those details, plus a check at the tropics after the break.
What did you say before we went to break was the average temperature we should be having right about now?
96.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
Never
a nice
thought
little
that
reminder.
Would seem like nice.
Yeah, a little bit, right? Under 100.
Because considering that even well after the sun goes down, like right now, still in the low to mid 90s, I mean, our average temperature, yes, is in the mid 90s. And we've just been well above that for multiple days in a row here in San Antonio. It's just that heat high pressure, and it is still with us as we head into next week. So let's get you a full look at those weather headlines, because as we head into tomorrow afternoon, yes, still hot. That's what's going to affect everybody. But what's going to affect a few of us, the potential to find a few more isolated to potentially widely scattered showers and storms, all thanks to that draped boundary over central Texas. But with that high pressure not completely going away, the triple digits are still here to stay. And yes, we will monitor for some Saharan dust that could haze up the sky a little bit by late Tuesday and into Wednesday of next week as well. So here's a look, your KSAT 12-hour forecast for the back half of the weekend, planning out any morning plans, no issues out there. We'll see some sunshine starting off in the upper 70s near about 80 degrees here in town. 84 by 9 a.m. already climbing to about 91 by 11 a.m. Still more sun for any lunchtime plans, but I do think we will start to see some clouds build back in throughout the afternoon hours, and that's also when we'll introduce that 30% potential for a few more splashes of rain. Yes, still hot though. A high of 102 here in San Antonio, 104 in Pleasanton, Arlington, 106 in Cotulla, 105 out west in Del Rio, 98 in Rock Springs. We've got a forecast high temperature of 103 out east in Gonzales, stretching up to New Braunfels. And yes, it is going to be hot for those that don't tap into the rain-cooled air. You can see here on your Futurecast, there's all that sunshine and quiet conditions throughout the first half of the day. But by about 2 o'clock, we start to put some of that daytime heat to work, combined with a lift from that boundary and the moisture still in place and a few isolated showers expected to develop. This activity will slowly work its way farther off to the south, 3, 4, 5 o'clock. Just a few more showers and a couple of thunderstorms, some heavier downpours. And then as we head into your Sunday evening, by about 7 to 8, we see the sun go down. Whatever is left out there, it does look to fizzle out, and we're pretty quiet as we head into the overnight and into early Monday morning. And speaking of Monday, I introduced a 10% chance for a stray shower into Monday afternoon, and then maybe a few more isolated chances into next weekend. But you can see for the vast majority of the upcoming work week, we're pretty dry out there. And let's talk about why. We've talked about what the weather pattern has done. Let's talk about what it's going to do in the days ahead. So there's that high pressure system, that heat high that's closer to the Four Corners region this Saturday night. Watch what happens as we advance this on in time. Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday, it moves closer to the state of Texas. With high pressure, we see sinking air. As that air compresses to the ground, we start to see those temperatures warm back up. So you can see, yes, daily opportunities to climb into the triple digits. Still in the forecast pretty much all the way through next week, and especially Monday and into Tuesday, we'll be on record watch. We'll be pretty close to that as well. All right, so yes, it is the summer season. We definitely know it. It has been feeling like it. It also is the Atlantic hurricane season. So here's the latest of what we're monitoring out there in the tropics. This is Hurricane Dawn. Essentially, has just been doing donuts out there in the Central Atlantic. It is going to continue moving away from the United States, so no issues there. But something else that we are monitoring is this tropical wave well east of the Lesser Antilles. This has a medium chance for tropical development over the next 7 days as it does move farther westward and approach the Caribbean Sea. This is of no concern to us right now, but of course something we will continue to monitor. Until then, just plenty hot into next week. That chance for a few storms tomorrow, and yes, some Saharan dust by the middle of the week as well. And I'll leave you with this. A good note, had some storm clouds out there in the distance with this photo that was sent into KSAT Connect from Taylor McClellan earlier today. Maybe we'll see a few more by tomorrow evening, guys.
All right, thanks, Mia. It just feels like she cut and paste last week's forecast into this week.
I think they're being as creative as they can in the department at this point. Thank you, Mia. All right, SAFC facing off against a Miami football club, but not the one that Messi's on.
Exactly, the other Miami football club. So SAFC, one of the best in the West. Miami FC, one of the worst in the East. Not a good combination for the home squad. Plus, the LA Dodgers had a field day up in Arlington coming up.
Yeah, he's got a sprain right thumb. We had x-rays done. They're negative, so I'd put him at day-to-day right now.
Rangers' Bruce Bochy talking about Corey Seager last night before learning Siegs was placed on the 10-day IL with a sprained right thumb in Big Board Sports. The winners of 3 straight USL Championship play, San Antonio FC was home tonight facing the Miami FC at Toyota Field. 7th minute, Miami's Mark Segbers inside the box shoots. San Antonio was there to make the initial stop, but Ryan Telfer is there for the rebound, and Miami goes up 1-0, and Jordan Farr is not happy. 10th minute, Miami will go down a man after Paco Craig was given his 2nd yellow card of the night, but SAFC could not capitalize, and Miami FC stunned San Antonio 1-0, picking up their first road win this season while ending SAFC's 27-match home unbeaten streak. Led by 22-year-old Sophia Smith, the United States women's national soccer team kicked off the World Cup with a 3-0 victory against tournament first-timers of Vietnam. Smith, one of 14 Americans playing in their first World Cup, showed why she's a rising star, becoming the youngest member of the national team to score multiple goals in a match in 20 years per ESPN Stats and Info. Talk about a great debut.
I felt really good. It felt good to kind of get a game under our belt, and I feel confident and I feel, happy with where we are, and personally, it was just good to get a feel for what a World Cup is like going into the tournament.
It was a dream come true today. I got a little emotional walking out for the national anthem, but that's where we want to be. And first and foremost, I'm so happy with the win, getting 3 points and starting off this tournament in a good way. You know, we have So Smith, being super special in her first World Cup game. So proud of her, not shocking at all, but and to cap it off with a goal, it's a good night.
Iran had the final goal with Smith getting the assist. The U.S. will next play the Netherlands Wednesday night at 8 local time. Freddie Freeman and the L.A. Dodgers crushed the first-place Texas Rangers today. Top of the third inning, Freeman homers to right field, a solo shot, and the Dodgers lead 4-1. 3 batters later, Max Muncy gets his home run trot on with a big fly to right center, and the Dodgers extend their lead 5-1. Top 4, more Freeman, and this time he hits a 2-run touch-em-all to right, and the Big Blue Wrecking Crew leads 7-1. Freeman went 4 for 5, 3 runs batted in. J.D. Martinez led the way with 4 RBI, and the Dodgers roll 16-3, banging out 18 hits. L.A. will go for the 3-game sweep tomorrow, and the A's lead the Astros 4-1 in the bottom of the 8th inning.
And a pitch from Miller. Strike 3 called in the outside corner. What a start for Bryce Miller. 1, 2, 3 with a couple of punch outs.
Seattle Mariners pitcher Bryce Miller faced the Blue Jays last night and took a no decision in the Mariners' 3-2 win. The New Braunfels high school grad went 5 1/3 of an inning, allowing 3 hits, 1 run with 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. Bryce threw 75 pitches with 50 of them for strikes. His next start is scheduled for Wednesday at the Minnesota Twins. And the Missions lost at the Rough Riders today 8-6 in Texas League play. Missions left-handed pitcher Jackson Wolf was called up to the Padres. He made the start for them today against the Tigers. And Jackson picked up his first win in the Bigs.
Welcome to the show.
Yep.
Thanks, Larry.
All right, we'll be right back.
We all know it is hot here in San Antonio and all around us, but somehow, as we mentioned earlier, it's not as hot as Phoenix, Arizona, where some people's shoes are melting on the streets.
Can you believe it? John Janisic says it only took about 30 minutes for the soles of his shoes to start melting this week. And he said he noticed because he started tripping over the melted off soles. Now, Phoenix has gone 23 days in a row with temperatures of at least 110 degrees, and there's no sign that it's going to stop anytime soon. I have personally kind of felt that in the past when I'm out in the field.
Yeah, that's too hot. And even so, it is very hot this weekend and next week as well.
I don't know what's worse, melting shoes or your feet so cold you can't feel them. We'll ponder that. Have a good night.